Good morning, YouTube and Finsightful profitable PTS traders and investors. It's Friday morning, the 21st of February. I'm just coming to you with this market scan. Unfortunately, as you can still hear, I am not 100%. So I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm going to go through some news, have a look at what happened with Libra, some things that Trump's doing to boost the crypto market, and then also go through a quick market scan to see where the market is. It's been an interesting week. We've seen a big bounce back in Bitcoin, but alt season is still not here. Most of your moon bags are still in the red. It has been a very, very turbulent time. So let's just get straight into the news. So having a look here, and Libra, Solana, and Matora, what it appears to have been happening is that there is a cabal or a group of people who have been seriously profiting from rugging these memes. And so they are pumping and dumping these meme coins to retail investors or retail traders, and lots and lots of people are losing money. So from all the on-chain information that we had a look at how many people actually lost money through that Libra scam. And it looks like 86% of everybody who actually purchased the Libra token actually lost money. So if you think about that, $251 million was lost from retail investors that went to the cabal or the group of people who actually rugged this particular coin. Now, this is why you must do your own research. You have to go through a process of confirming that your liquidity is locked. Who is everyone? Are the developers of this particular coin doxed? Do you know who the people are, which is doxing? Because if you don't, if liquidity is not locked, if the owners or the developers of the token are not doxed, the likelihood of it being a scam, the likelihood of you getting rugged goes up exponentially. So there is a process that you need to go through to actually confirm if this is a legitimate token launch or not. And I think in January, there was something like 500,000 new tokens launched. And when we think about what's happening in the alts and Bitcoin and all of these meme coins, the alts or all of that liquidity, all of that capital, $251 million of people's money, rather than going into projects that are going to potentially improve humanity in the future, are going into meme coin gambling, and retail investors are losing all of that capital, and few people are just filling their bags. And this is why I believe we have seen such a slow launch, or that's why we haven't seen any capital really flowing into altcoins, because anyone who's new and coming into the industry, all the new retail investors, all the new retail money is actually flowing into the poker machine gambling meme story, rather than them seeking out alpha in actual coins. So it's a big problem for the industry, and regulation cannot come fast enough. So the Matora co-founder resigns because it's a DEX, and what they have found is that he has potentially been one of the people who is involved in these scandals. So how can you own an exchange and then also be launching a coin listed on that exchange? An example of that in TradFi world would be I am the director or the owner of the ASX. I'm the head of compliance at the ASX, and then I launch a company onto the ASX fully knowing that there is zero value in this particular company, and that when we publish our first set of financials, everyone's going to lose money. But I'm going to sell all of my equity into that particular market. In the TradFi world, that is illegal. In the TradFi world, that person goes to jail. In the TradFi world, that just simply does not happen. But in the crypto asset class, it happens every day, 500,000 times last month. So you really have to consider where this is taking this asset class, and also the reasoning as to what's going on with with alt season and the huge delay that we've seen in this current bull run, if you could call it a bull run. You know, all through 2004, we basically trended sideways, and then within 3 days, we went up 100%, 200%. Since 2005 has come, so 2025, sorry, the cultural cold and flu has got me all messed up. So in 2025, we've seen that spike, and then again, just a consolidation of price where it really appears like you have some big whales or some people who are moving the market and really just rinsing retail investors and traders with these liquidity grabs. Donald is out there. He's really looking at making the US a global crypto capital. And I think this is probably the next catalyst which is going to drive the next big move in Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin gets that next big move, hopefully just after that, we will see alt season kick off. My bags definitely need to see that happen, and I'm sure a lot of other investors do too. So this is where I believe we will see the next big pump. And so how do you position yourself appropriately for that? Well, if you have surplus capital on a weekly, fortnightly, monthly basis, you should be looking at dollar cost averaging into those spot investments that you believe are going to outperform Bitcoin, outperform Solana, outperform those top core coins and ecosystems, so that you can take advantage of that pump when you're there. Don't just sit with cash in the bank, because if you do that, the next big pump will occur and you'll miss it. Because by the time you hear about it, it will already be done. Once it's in the news, once you've seen that, once the charts have happened, it will be gone and you will miss it. Coinbase has made some huge predictions in terms of where crypto is going. I really like the executives at Coinbase. They're working with the White House on making that sort of store of value to be put on the US's balance sheet. So it's going to be interesting to see when and how that happens. And the SEC finally has accepted that crypto assets are going to, that everyday people want to be able to access these. And so the ETF approval process is starting to accelerate, and they're starting to get more coins approved to have an ETF actually funded, which is great for the industry. It's great for the asset class. It's great for retail investors that don't want to have to worry about custodial, having to worry about learning all about how to actually own these assets. They can just buy them off their existing TradFi platforms. The US dollar is taking a bit of a battering in the last week, or sorry, this week. But again, it's still sitting within that level that I've been talking about for the last sort of 12 months. It's going to be sitting around about that 105. I was thinking between 105 and 106, so it's going to be trending along there. And you've actually seen a little bit more volatility. And that volatility is really just coming from the Trump administration's negotiation with foreign parties or foreign governments in relation to tariffs and other various different things. The market cap and dominance of Tether or USDT is pretty stable at the moment. So there's not more USDT sitting on the sidelines or less. All week is basically just sat stable. And when you think about that and you look at a Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin bounce, had a huge bounce this week. So this is the daily chart. It had a huge bounce. So we had the lows come in on Tuesday, and then since then we have just seen basically Bitcoin head further north. But it's back in that sort of golden level on our fibs. So I would suggest that we're probably going to continue to see some consolidation through there. Who knows what's going to be happening tonight in the US, and when the Asia open. We could see a bit of profit taking for all those people that called the bottom and got in. They've made a significant amount of money here, so it'll be interesting to see where that goes. I can't imagine that you'll see the daily high of yesterday be tested. We'll probably see that 50-point line or 50% line on the fibs be tested at some stage today, and then probably a bit of a sell-off and potentially a little bit of a bounce off the 0.618. That's what I'll be looking for myself. That's all the crypto news for today. Happy profitable trading. Oh, sorry, before I go, what's been happening with the personalized trading strategies? Well, we haven't really had that many trades go off, but overnight we've actually had a couple of losers, unfortunately. So we got short last night in PEPE, and that has just bounced straight off and hit our stop loss. The benefit of this sort of systematic type of investing is that this entire trade occurred while I was asleep last night. And yes, we did have a maximum risk per trade drawdown on this particular trade, but overall we have had a very, very profitable week and month using that PTS system, and also DOGE fired off. The DOGE trade I'm actually still in, so we'll just be monitoring that during the day and seeing where that occurs. A bit of a sell-off would be fantastic, so I can hit our first profit target down here on the white line, and then we can move on. That's this week's market scan wrapped up. If you're in Sydney and you want to come along to the Crypto Calls Business Summit and Crypto Investment Seminar, I'll be talking at that tomorrow at 11 o'clock. That's going to be at the Hilton in Sydney. If you want to get some more information about that, please comment below and I'll send you some details. I'll get you an invitation. Have a fantastic day.